And hello again, welcome to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and today we will be continuing with our Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV, Dawn Trail MSQ. At this point, we have been attacked by someone, led by Zoralja. And now we have to figure out who did Zoralja group up with. We know he spoke with a woman's voice, presumably within the City of Gold, but who was it? That's what we gotta do. I still have to do the blue quest that opened for, or that had opened previously for Charlone. So we gotta do that. No, but I want to prog MSQ. If you like what you see at any point, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells. It's a small thing from each of you, but it helps the channels out tremendously. Thank you, thank you. And with that, let us start, resume MSQ with Pick Up the Pieces. Pick up the pieces. Alize regards the fallen soldier thoughtfully. It's clearly not a person, but it doesn't look like any automaton or magitech weapon I've ever seen. As far and wide as you've traveled, though, perhaps you've encountered something similar before? Would you mind taking a closer look? It may yield some clues as to Zoralja's new powers. At first I assumed they were soldiers in armor, but when I cut them down it became clear that wasn't the case. Interesting, so there's some sort of a robot. Examine the fallen soldier. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target an area to inspect it with the left mouse button. Okay. It's this particular thing. From a distance, it appears to be simple armor, but upon closer inspection, the construction is quite intricate. So it's a well-made robot, basically. The material from which it is made is unclear, and you see no signs of a power source. That's interesting. Okay. In place of where eyes or mouth might be, you see a strange sigil on the front of this helm. Is that a triangle or some weird diamond shape? From this angle, it kind of looks like a diamond. The general shape of this weapon resembles a gun, but its construction suggests that it is far more advanced than anything you've seen before. Huh. So, what do you think? Not a clue. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. It looks like a person, but it's clearly mechanical. Yeah, this has to be some sort of mantra tech. Indeed. While it resembles a person, it has features that make it uncanny. The lack of a face, not least of all. Did you see any sign of a power source? Nope. Nope. So it probably doesn't run on ceruleum or any other conventional fuel. I tried channeling ether into it earlier, but there was no response. That would seem to rule it out as an arcane entity. It's completely lifeless now, a far cry from the unstoppable enemy it was in battle. Even the material it's made of is a mystery. Rather than a metal, it's more akin to stone. Wait, haven't we seen this somewhere recently? We have, in the Sky Deep Cenote. The palace is made of stone too. This is kind of fun, but I don't see how, like, well, Zoranja was wearing similar tech. Which seemed to be augmented. But he was definitely organic. This isn't organic. Well, there were those golem things that attacked us. Those seem to have hits. Let's go with the first one. Though I am curious about the second one. That's right, the glowing stone used in the chamber with the gate to the Golden City. And while the soldiers are a different color, the warships are the same black as the stone of the gate itself. There has to be a connection. Let's share our observations with the others when we gather at Sunbridge. I find it more interesting that Zoral just waited this long. Given how long IRL I've been away from MSQ. He's clearly very patient. The sooner we get to the bottom of this mystery, the better. Okay, let's say we are needed up all the way up there. At least it's not that far away from the etherite. I do love how the weapon glows. That is such a nice touch. I wish some of the black mage weapons would glow like that. Sadly, they tend not to. Looks like everyone is here already. Really? Looks like we're the first one here. One's here. Okay. Moving on.
Thank you for coming, everyone. And thank you for taking charge in the relief effort. We would have fared far worse without you.
Someone had to do it, that's all. Come, let's take stock.
In terms of casualties, at least 50 died in the attack. And many times that number are wounded. All available healers are seen to their care. Structural damage at least is limited, so essential business can be conducted without issue. That said, the people are understandably shaken. We must assuage their fears and begin working to restore things to normal as quickly as possible.
Now, the most confounding mystery remains our enemy. And their mechanical soldiers created with technology that surpasses anything I've ever seen. What is their nature? And how did Zoralja manage to bring them under his command? Such things remain unknown.
They emerged from the dome encasing Yasolani. We're quite certain of that much.
Speaking of the dome, we have some theories, I'm told.
Indeed. I would like to call upon some helpers to join the discussion. May I invite them here?
By all means.
Who?
It's me. Permission has been granted. You can come in.
They're already here. Who is it?
Greetings, everyone.
Oh, it's Graha. And it's Dola. Yeah. Yay, nice to see them. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that. It's like, I knew they would show up from the trailer.
Y'shtola!
But after all this time, I wasn't expecting to see
After
them,
that long
period.
voyage, I had hoped that we might be afforded a moment's rest. But I gather circumstances are quite dire.
All is well in the Annex, never fear. I've already dealt with the most pressing matters, and others hold the fort in my absence.
You mean Uchika?
Following the changing of Dawn servants, Galul Jar Jar spoke about the Golden City to his two successors. Thanks to Wuglamat, I was allowed to attend that meeting. What I heard led me to conclude that this was a matter for the students. Thus did I call upon our comrades who possess the requisite expertise. It was actually after that the dome manifested. But, based on what we know, I have reason to believe that it is connected to the Golden City.
How? Why? I would have liked to have seen that conversation.
While we're eager to help, we have limited familiarity with the situation. Might we trouble you to explain from the beginning?
Please. Yeah, I'm just as confused as I was there.
As you know, it was a letter I found tucked away in the Baldessian Annex that brought me to Tural. A letter from the Dawn servant addressed to my grandfather, sent some 20 years ago.
The request to investigate the City of Gold.
Indeed. The strange thing is, there was mention of neither Tural nor the city in our records. Hoping to learn the truth of my grandfather's mission, what he did and saw, I volunteered to help in the rite of succession. At the end of which, I was able to hear the tale from Galul Jar Jar. Like us, my grandfather went to the deepest chamber of the Sky Deep Cenote. And, like us, he saw the gate to the Golden City.
Is that what you required our help with? This gate?
It was. You see, the gate was opened once in the past. And
It led to another reflection.
I can take the story from here. Considering my part in these affairs, I reckon maybe I'm best equipped to speak on the matter. I was there too, you see. In those ruins, together with Galuf and Galul Jaja, and what I saw that day, I'll never forget.
This black stone is remarkable. I cannot help but wonder if the structures in this part of the ruins were built by a completely different civilization.
What was your
It
first
was
clue?
over 1,000 years ago that the giants mined here. Their records make no mention of glowing stones.
It harbors high concentrations of ether, and on the surface are what appear to be arcane patterns. They aren't Allagan, or Mahi, or Nemean. If anything, they put me in mind of the calculations of the South Sea Islanders, but even then...
Seven hells! What did you do?
Nothing.
An earthquake?
None of this has ever happened before.
A void gate? Hey, this is different.
What? He was a baby. Is that Kryle?
Baby? Now, hold on. Why would you...
What's this?
What is this? Who are you?
If that's Kryle, then those are Kryle's birth parents.
Though it never opened again, Galuf continued to study the gate for years after that, hoping to learn something of value. All he could conclude was that it was built with unknown technology, and that it led to another world, one apart from the Void. We'd assumed the ruins themselves were the Golden City, only to discover that the real prize actually lay beyond the gate, and beyond our reach. Couldn't make head nor tail of the artifact either. As it had similar properties to the black stone in the ruins, we were convinced it was important. So Galul Jaja took it to the palace for safekeeping. Galuf, meanwhile, took the baby with him back to Sharlayan and raised her as his own.
Then the child was... The earring inside the letter to my grandfather. It was apparently found amongst my swaddling clothes.
If this is true, then it means that you hail from another reflection.
So it would seem. I still struggle to take it all in myself. Looking back, Grandfather was always quick to seek distractions whenever I broached the subject. But never would I have guessed anything like this. But enough about me. We have more pressing matters.
The forces that assailed Tuliolo. You suspect they are somehow connected to the Golden City?
Thinking back on it, the soldiers looked like they could have been made from the same black stone.
And leading them was Zeralja. His involvement also lends weight to the theory. On the day of the succession ceremony, a bandit took me unawares and knocked me out. When I came to, I found my home turned upside down, with a few particular items missing. Namely the keystones I was entrusted with, for my role as Watcher of the Gate.
The bandit. You believe that it was...
I only got a glimpse of him, but I was a blue-scaled Hubigo, I know of no other.
The artifact stored at the palace was also stolen. The thief struck during the ceremony, and the guard was spread thin.
So our assumption is Zoralja somehow opened that gate to another reflection, where he acquired advanced technology and his mechanical army.
It fits. And if he did, then it's also likely that the dome is a product of this unknown reflection.
Hold on. We've been going on and on about the reflections. But what of my home? What's become of it?
We're going to find out. This looks like a job for the Science of the Seventh Dawn.
Indeed. Where it concerns other realities, I dare say the Scions are best suited to tackle the task.
You can say that again. We've been to the literal edge of existence. Some mysterious giant dome shouldn't scare us.
As you know, our order has ostensibly disbanded. We'd thank you to be discreet about our unofficial reunion.
Huh. Worry not. We'll spare no effort to get to the bottom of this. And with our hero eager to help, you can be confident of the results.
I'm coming with you. If that's where my brother is, then that's where I must go. I can't say I understand everything you're discussing, but I know what I have to do. I have to put a stop to Zoralja and restore the people's happiness.
Suffice it to say, I share Lamachi's desire to join you. However, under these circumstances, it would be unwise for both vows to be absent from the city.
But I really want to be with you, Kona.
As such, I shall remain in Tuliyollal.
Understandable, but I would prefer a break from Wuklamat.
I will protect our nation. So go forth, sister, and do what you must.
Thank you.
It may be prudent for us to likewise divide our forces. While one group ventures into the dome, the other keeps guard without.
Agreed. There's something I wish to investigate out here, so I will remain.
I as well. The enemy's warships still loom overhead, and I would see that we are prepared for the worst.
I wish to go to the dome. As a student, I have an obligation to investigate this potential threat to the world. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not deathly curious about my origins. If there's aught to be learned, then I want to learn it.
In that case, please let me come too. I have to see what's become of my home. I may not be a fighter, but I know those lands like the back of my hand. I can guide you.
If you hadn't offered, I would have asked. We're counting on you.
I'm not one for waiting around, so if it's all the same to you, I'll join the dome crew.
You should accompany them, Graha. I expect your knowledge and experience will be useful. In the meantime, I intend to learn what I can about the gate, and will keep you apprised of my findings. Pray do the same.
Assuming communication is possible from inside the dome, we'll maintain contact and share any developments.
It seems our teams are assembled. A fine roster, I think.
No, it's not a fine roster. We need a break from Wuklamat.
We'll find a way to deal with the threat. For the sake of Tural.
It's truly heartening to have you at our side for this. Thank you, everyone.
Why bring
Now, before we set
people
off,
in
there's one thing I need
only
to do.
to send them away?
People are still shaken by the attack, and I'd like to reassure them as best I can.
Why weren't you doing this already? I mean, one final round makes sense, but why haven't you already been doing this? Another reflection encroaches upon our own, but how and why now? I'm indebted to Ajika for overseeing our operations in my absence. I will endeavor to make myself as useful as I can here. I was gonna say Ajika is like the only student left aside from that Mender person, perhaps. Yeah. I fear we need to know more if we're going to defend against another assault. But seriously, why are we bringing people together only to send them away? It makes, like, it doesn't make much sense. And in terms of riddling out the technology stuff, Kona is more suited. So you'd think that actually having the people person around to assure them everything is okay, who is Wuklamat should be staying. Wuklamat of the Kona and Wuklamat should be staying, because she's the people person. I struggle to believe I am from another reflection. I wonder, what does this mean? My soul is thinner. I wonder, does this mean my soul is thinner than a native of the source? That's a good question. Surely not, as Stola would have noticed. Gods, there's so much I don't understand. My head is ripe to burst. Mine too, but for different reasons. Please be safe. But aren't you? I thought you said you were coming with us. We'll find a way to reach the dome, and we'll make sure everyone inside is safe. Okay, it's embarrassing to think how Zoralja caught me unawares, but I have no doubt the bastard came to kill me. I reckon he would have succeeded were it anyone else. Who would have thought him taking that key would lead to all this? This talk of reflection is perplexing, to say the least. I should be glad for your help in understanding and overcoming this crisis. Reflection or reflections? Okay, well, a single reflection may be involved here, but he seems to be confused by the whole concept. Understandable. Wuklamat, this conversation basically flew over her head. Like, I get Ishtola wanting to riddle out the stuff with the gate. Makes sense, but why and what preparations are Alphino gonna do? Like, this narratively feels like he's staying behind to tend to the wounded. Maybe help Kona with some of the defenses, but with what defenses? They pretty much just have the lands guard, so that's a bit confusing. I thought Aaronville was coming with us, but instead he's just wishing us well on our way, so he's not coming. Alize is with us, Graha is with us, me, Kryl, and Wuklamat. I really wish it were Kona. As I said, of both of these two, Wu Kulmat is the people person. She said it herself, she wants to make sure the people are happy. If she's running off to confront danger, it's admirable that she wants to try, and as the vow of resolve, that kind of makes sense. But being the people person, she should stay to look after the people. Kona is the more mentally equipped to help riddle out the dome, etc. He's the one who's more equipped, so this is not really a good pairing, as it were. I know what I have to do now. Are you gonna tell us? Like, otherwise, why say that at the quest turn in? Together as one. Before investigating the dome, Wokomat wishes to see to one important matter. Okay, so here is where we get the feet. And did we get hands? I don't recall us getting any hands. That's rather odd. I know we're in a hurry to set off, but before we do, I need to address my people. Yeah, why didn't you do that before? The peace we swore to uphold has been shattered. They need to understand what's happened and how we intend to fix it. So I want to call an assembly at the Winged Walk and assure them that all will be well. Well, I suppose before this we were all dealing with cleaning up the aftermath. Well, not cleaning up, but tending to the aftermath. But she should have been, and she was out, not really leading. But as shaken as they are, I don't know how many will come. It's those who are most distressed that truly need hear your words. If you like, I shall seek out such souls and encourage them to attend. I'll help too. This is an important step in the city's recovery. Here to join us, Myrokos, if I have to. While you handle that, Aaronville and I will see to provisions for the expedition. Thank you. I'll go ahead and have the Landsguard announce the address. People must first know there's going to be one before they can decide whether or not they want to hear it. If you could see to the Resplendent Quarter in Bayside Bevy, Alexei and I will split the rest of the city between us. Okay, already read that. Read that too. I shall have to examine one of these mechanical soldiers later. I have a mind to inform Thancred and Ariange as well, but they may have already left Corral. It's possible, but it hasn't been that long. And was it for what's worth? If they left almost immediately, wouldn't he have already seen them in Charlene? Because the boat goes back to Charlene. I mean, granted, there are other boats that go to... that would technically go straight to Vilbrand, to Limsa, but like the boat we took went to and from Charlene, and that's technically where, so far as we know, where they set off from. Though granted, they could have gone from they could have gone, how to put this, they could have traveled from, they could have traveled to Lemsa and then they're kind of like Estinian went, dumbfounded farmer. If truly Yolo falls to the enemy, what will happen to us, to our homes, our farms, everything we've worked so hard to build? Lives and communities and histories all reduced to ash by these merciless villains. I heard Valklamat is planning to address the people, but what's the point? What can she and her brother possibly have to say? Really? The Dawn Servants have a plan already? Well, we came up with the plan and they gave the go-ahead, but... And, Yet another example of Wuklamat taking the credit for other people's ideas. I mean, as a leader, that kind of happens anyway, but... okay, they've lost so much that they're prepared to carry on. And standing around worrying about what's to come will change nothing. It will be a lie, it would be a lie to say I'm hopeful for the future, but I will go here what they intend to do. I still can't believe we were attacked. For a mercy, my family was spared. I don't know what I would have done had they come to harm. I understand Frau Wuklamat is going to make an address soon. I'll be there, of course. This person does not need to be persuaded to attend the... Okay. Sorrowful citizen. Please, leave me be. My father is gone. Leave me to mourn. The little Jaja is slain, and yet Val Wuklamat and Valkana still fight for our nation, for us. Very well. If they would speak, the least I can do is listen. Okay, so it looks like cheerful resident. This person probably doesn't need a pep talk. Checking on everyone, are you? The city's definitely seen better days, but we can only spare so much time for mourning. But only by looking to the future can we overcome this crisis, and we all need to do our part. I've no doubt that Val Wuklamat and Valkana will share similar sentiments at their address. Okay, that person did not need... Despairing alpaca herder. It's not safe here, not anymore. I could try to leave Tural, but where else is there to go? Well, there's across the salt. He could go to Eorzea, or she, I don't know, it's hard to tell. You look like the well-traveled sort. Please, I can't stay here. But I fear nowhere in Tural is beyond the enemy's reach. What if lands across the salt? Eorzea, I know, even if I ran, I'd know I'd regret it in the end. I love Tural, this is my home, and I know the Dawn Servants would give their lives to defend her. But I will put my faith in them and listen to what they have to say. Although, Zoralda did tell that voice that, he wanted the world, so technically there wouldn't be anywhere safe. Whatever it is, I don't have time. I have to finish repairing this cart. There's only so much I can carry on my back. When those hollow devils come again, I need to be ready. Wuklamot and Valkona, but they're young and inexperienced crew. They can barely look after themselves. Well, Kona could look after himself. Wuklamot, I think he needs a lot of hand-holding. She probably shouldn't have gotten rid of her nanny, Namika. But Namika got on the train, and then the dome appears. I hope she's okay. Okay, that's a sad thing. I'm more worried about Namika than I am Wuk. Okay, if we're to survive, I do not know if we can count on them. They're going to strike back at the enemy, so they're resolved to face this. Maybe it's too early to be thinking of running. Alright, I'll go and hear their address. No, there's always someone stockpiling supplies. I need to stock up food and medicine as much as I can, and what else is there? I can't afford to forget anything. And yet, if you have everything and nobody else's stuff, sorry sir, but I'm busy, too much to do, too little time. There's no telling when those stone men will return. I have to get out of here and find somewhere safe. Wuklamot wants to speak to us. Perhaps she has a plan then. I suppose there's no harm in hearing what she has to say. Ooh, cleaning up is tiring work. You've been busy helping as well, I'm guessing? Right now it's tough for everyone, but to the Yolal won't succumb to this. With the new Dawn servants to protect and lead us, we'll get through it together. This person does not need to be persuaded. Probably isn't even going to show up. Paranoid resident. I can't leave now. What if those soldiers come back? And what are those strange machines looming overhead? Gods, I have so many questions. Why did you come to the gathering? You'll find out more, maybe. Hopefully. I see. It would put my mind at ease to learn something, anything of the threat we face. Alright then, I'll go to the Winged Walk. Thank you, I feel better already, and likely better still once I hear what the Dawn servants have to say. A few questions, more like a bleeding broadside of it. It took me back to me time with Galuf, it did. Charlene Scholars, I swear. I was just discussing the gate to the Golden City with Keterim. He has been patiently answering my few questions. Oh. a few questions. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Did you not see Alizé on your way here? Nope. It seems Kryle and Aronville have yet to return, but to return, still busy making preparations for our expedition, I presume. Thank you again for spreading word of our address. I fear those who needed assurance most would not have been present otherwise. Wait, it's over? Okay. It looks like you've brought quite a few people. Thank you. Really? It's just us. None of the people that I talked to are here. Alizé had actually returned. Is this a writing hiccup? The way Alphino talked not a moment ago when I spoke with him, when I clicked on him, his avatar said, you know, we hadn't seen Alizé, have you? You know, maybe she's out still running around, and now suddenly she had returned ahead of me? Make up your mind. Either Alizé is still out there and hasn't come back yet, or she came back before. Okay, so let's keep reading. Returned ahead of you, but upon hearing that you were still out there, she decided she was unsatisfied with her own efforts and left again. Why didn't you tell me this earlier? What is the point of bringing characters in only to send them off? My apologies for involving you all in Torali affairs. The MSQ would have had us get involved anyway. We are simply helping dear friends in need. Having traveled the lands of Toral, sharing in the rich cultures of your people, I can see it no other way. What's more, Zoralja and his army pose a threat not only to Toral, but to the star as a whole. We will stand with you to protect what you hold dear. Thank you. I don't expect you've had much, if any, rest. How are you holding up? I'm fine. Thanks to a little encouragement from Myrokos. When was this? What encouragement? I gave her no encouragement. You needn't worry about me either. Whatever weariness I feel is no match for my desire to protect my people. We will restore peace to the nation and preserve our father's legacy. And it begins by speaking to the people from our hearts. Oh my goodness. So the address hasn't happened yet, but the way they were talking when I came back, the address already happened. At least that's how I read it, and I'm reading this stuff aloud. I'm getting confused. Either it has happened or it hasn't happened. That or Wicklamat was trying to assure them in person and then is going to do it again. Which would be tedious. Right. We need to see to a few things first, but feel free to go ahead to the plaza and wait. Their father raised them well. How would you know? That he... How did these two know how Gulul Jaja raised them when this is their first time in Toral to our knowledge? I'm getting confused.
Lamachi, are you all right?
Yes, don't worry. I'm ready for it. The fear, and sadness, and anger. Everything.
I am the reason to your resolve. But more than that, I am your brother. You needn't bear this burden alone. Remember this.
She's gonna do it anyway because she runs off and does her own thing.
As you likely already know, my father, our former Dawn servant, lost his life in the recent attack. He challenged the enemy leader to a duel and fought with skill and valor, and for a moment we believed he had won. But wielding an unknown power, his foe returned from death and struck him down. I could only watch as this happened. I could not tarnish my father's honor by interfering. Many of you have suffered terribly. You've taken wounds. You've lost friends and family. As vow of resolve, I failed in my duty to protect you. Words can't express the shame and regret I feel. And as much as it pains me to reveal this, the enemy leader was none other than my brother Zoralsha.
Zoralsha? It's true! I saw him!
We believe he staged the attack from Yasulani, which has been encased within a mysterious dome. I know that you're concerned for your loved ones there as well. But mark my words, I won't let Zoralsha torment us any further. Our father gave his life to protect our nation, and I'm prepared to do the same.
You say that, but those metal monstrosities are still up there in the sky. What are you going to do about them?
The enemy is still on our doorstep, and waiting for them to strike again accomplishes nothing. That's why we're going to strike first. We are going to take the battle straight to Zoralsha and put an end to it all.
And while my sister sallies forth, I will take charge of the city's defenses. Not another soul will come to harm. We swear to you.
Like our father before us, We will lead with resolve and reason to restore peace to our nation. So please, have patience and faith.
So the resolve goes on the attack, while reason shores up the defenses. Sounds like a fine plan. Needless to say, you can count on my sword. Tural's my home, and I'll do my part for it. Hear, hear, brother. That makes two of us. Or was that two of we? Never mind that.
I had no idea that Cold Jojo could be so funny.
Will you let others do the work? Or will you do your part and fight?
We fight! We fight! We're Tuliolans because we're united! We'll stand with you and weather this storm!
He's right. This is our nation, and it falls to us to protect it.
We'll fight too! For Tuliolal!
Me too! Me too!
We're all together in this!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
We've already learned much about our foe, and we will continue to learn more. In time, we will have the means to make their warships fall from the sky. When we join hands with our countrymen and our allies from afar, we're stronger than we dare to hope. Together, let us show the enemy the might of Tuliolal.
You are the beating heart of our nation, each and every one of you. Uncertain days lie ahead, but for now, I ask you to persevere, to go about your lives as you always do. Only then can we ensure we have the resources to see our nation through these trials. And when the time comes, we will strike. Tuliolal will not fall. We will prevail, and peace and happiness will be ours again.
Okay. She did well. It is inspiring to see such diverse peoples rally as one. Considering how much work we had to do to get the entire star to come together, kind of weird to see it just happen because they say so. The people of Terrell have come together for this fight. We must endeavor not to fail them. I'm glad to see so many people came. I wasn't sure how many I had won over, so I decided to keep at it. That was a rousing speech, was it not? Let us do our part to ensure that the Dawn servants can fulfill their promise to the people. Listening to Luthamat and Kona, I was reminded of my time in the First. While the Exarch was no king, I often found myself speaking before the people of the Crystarium in like manner, and through their deeds, they answered me. The people of Torel too will rise to occasion. This I can tell. Okay. I look forward to the day when peace is restored to Torel. There's so much I wish to see. Okay, nobody else has new dialogue. Let's... In Yasulani's shadow, Alphino is considering how best to help carry out Wiklamat's plan. Well, the hour of departure is at hand. Those of us remaining here shall accompany you part of the way when we get to the gate. I, for one, would like to see the dome firsthand. We set forth as soon as everyone is ready. I will inform Wiklamat that what? There you all are. How could they not have seen us in the crowd? Ah, Lamachi. We were just planning to call on you. Are you ready to leave? I am. Seeing the people come together as one, knowing they haven't given up hope, it was all the encouragement I could ask for. So no more hand-holding? Right then, let's get going. We leave from the Jacques Torel Sky Gate. So did I get a hand item? 26. Oh, that's 09. Yeah, that's from, let me, because I'm still wearing this. Why don't I glam that then, so that at least it looks in keeping? To just be... At least I can look consistent. I wish I knew. Wait, what? Oh, it's... Okay, ooh. Oh, that's weapon, right. And... Okay. With that, we then go to the Sky Gate. We should have everything we need for the expedition, from food to medicine to gear. It's quite amazing how much you can fit in Erenville's rucksack. Oh, sorry, Erenville's the backpack. Okay. The dome appears to lie well beyond Shaloni. Well, we know it's in Yasalani. That's a separate region. A good thing we have Erenville to guide us. Yasalani isn't exactly a short distance from Shaloni. If the train isn't operating, we'll need to consider another means of travel. Kona and Ketenram will continue to manage affairs at the palace. Once I've inspected the dome, I will join them to make preparations against further incursions. What preparations? And honestly, it's like, why bring the band together to break them up? Even from afar, I can sense something isn't right about that dome. She hasn't seen it yet and knows there's something off, but then she can see disturbances in the ether, so yeah. As Lamachi says, let's stay vigilant. So did I speak with that? Oh yeah, I did. Everyone's here? Good. This is it, my friends. We go to strike down Zoralcha and secure peace for Tuliyola. It's not going to be that easy. We'll be passing through Shalani, where there have been reports of enemy movement, so stay sharp. The Landsguard has told me about them. They emerged from the dome in quick succession and took to looming overhead. A display of force like the vessels in Tuliyola. Isn't the one back there bigger? Indeed, and while they haven't taken any aggressive actions, I want to see how things are in the area before moving on. Sound plan, but I guess we'll be passing a few settlements on the way to Shalani Station. It's the perfect opportunity to look around. In that case, Myrokos and I know a few locals who can help. Then let's divide into 2 groups. Give me Kryl. Please give me Kryl. Give me a break from Wuklamat. Aaronville, as I say, in Myrokos. Well, come with me. We need a break from Wuklamat. Why bring the others there only to send them off? I want to be with the others. I want to be with the Stola and Graha. Meanwhile, the rest of you can go and inspect the dome. But I'm curious about the dome too. Understood, everyone. Once everyone has finished, let's reconvene at Shalani Station. Aaronville's just as capable of doing it on his own, unless we're splitting up and I'm getting Alizé. Aaronville, hold Wuklamat's hand, please. We can start with Tawi. That's where the Dust Watch is based, if I remember correctly. You do. The Sheriff Kemaka should be able to tell us a few things. $784 yalms north? Is there one in here that I missed? I think there's one over here that I didn't get as well. Yeah, there are 2. If I find Wuklamat still to be really insufferable, I may just go off and get the ether currents. So this region has its own peacekeeping force. Yep, everything seems in order at a glance. The people of the wilds are brave indeed to remain here with those ships overhead. Oh, it's you two, and I'll be Val Wuklamat as well. You're Sheriff of the Dust Watch, yes? What's the situation here Kusatawi. While the enemy hasn't tried to pick up a fight with us yet, the ships gave us a shock when they first appeared, but they've just been floating there, holding position. That said, I've received some unsettling reports from elsewhere. We've been investigating to the extent we can, but we're spread thin and haven't looked in on Shashnawezi Springs yet. Apparently mechanical soldiers were seen in the vicinity. What? If this is true, then the people are in danger. Going ahead and stating the obvious. I worry about the other townships as well. If the rest of you could go ahead to the springs, I'll pay a visit to Miwayat Sultan. I'll accompany you. No, Alize! I want to be with you. I don't want to be with Wukwamat. I need a break from her. See you all in a while. Okay. I'm doing the blue quests. We're honored if Wukwamat should visit us personally. Please take care out there. I'm doing blue quests. I think I'll spare my voice a bit and not read them aloud. I need a break from her. I know I gotta go back to her eventually, but I need a break. And I guess I'll switch over to Summoner. For this, since I'm... Yeah, just... Like, why bring the characters together to send them away? Like, I need some Alize time. I need some Cryo time. And why not explain it to the situation to your grandfather? Yep. Give me an ether current and yeah, I'm set. Okay. Let me know if you want me to pick up with that particular quest line. So there's one somewhere in here. Yeah, I had a feeling that there would be something. I think the other current may be somewhere over here. I remember that in the MSQ. Yep. Well, these bats don't look fierce. Or too fierce. Yeah. Fairly mellow. Ooh. And put to mind some of the I mean oh, I like that. You can see through the windshield. Okay. Contemplative woman. Something I can help you with. Yep. Made from a combination of fish oil and aromatic herbs, it has a distinctive yet not unpleasant. These candles look a lot like the candles that the Knights Blessed use. There's the ether current. Huh? It's kind of dark, but I'll have to come back here when it's daylight because I can't really see anything but images from another world. That's actually interesting. Remind me to get back here when it's not the middle of the night. You want to see the time. So he's crafting on that rooftop. Okay. Well, that was a pleasant distraction, although actually I'll get back to Summoner and get that other current first, and then go to the springs. There. Let's see, okay, so there's just one more quest, and I'm not seeing it at present, so maybe it has yet to unlock. The Ether Current quest, and of course there's the MSQ related one, but I have all the locations. And all clear this way. All the south and southwest are fine. The mechanical soldiers don't seem to be in the area. Nope. Still, we should talk to the locals. Let's each make rounds and see what we can learn. Alright, let's check on the train people. The trolley people. Our trolley people are not here. Oh wait, there's an upstairs. Are they upstairs? I know that the person I aim to speak with is there. Nope. Oh, you're the one who helped us the other day. Walika and the others are out investigating, and they've confirmed that Weekway is safe. Oh, okay. It was after the train had begun its journey back here that the dome had appeared. Okay, so the train made it back. But even though we saw the dome, it had begun its journey back, and then the dome appeared. Okay. That does sort of make sense. So those who were riding the train then are fine, but we don't know what's become of those that disembarked in Yasulani. So Namika's whereabouts are unknown. What a mess. And just after we finished fixing the tracks. I'll be sure to tell the chief you stopped by when they return. The mechanical soldier. I like that they're using the glam from Ishgardine Restoration, the crafting, or the glam that basically is level 1 crafting glam. Here, it's very fitting for the aesthetic. The mechanical soldier shows some new signs of life. It appears to have been rotten through with a polearm. I wonder who could have been using a polearm. Then again, the way he trashed the Sentinels in Alzadal's Legacy, Estinian. Yappy, hey. Myrokos, you came, and as you can see, we're doing alright. After those ships appeared in the sky, soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in a flash. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shame I never had the chance to ask his name. It's Estinian. We're all safe thanks to him, but I can't say the same for those in Yasulani. We haven't heard from anyone there. I hope Namika is well. Interesting how I didn't see you standing here. Presumably making the rounds as well. The Wolfstone music. The light tension music. You heard about the Spearman as well? Yes, I heard about Estinian. That couldn't be anyone else. What's this? Someone's spreading more gossip about me? Zekalot? No, a Spearman, not a gun. Oh, hey, Estinian. Oh! Stone and Steel! Yes, I love that. I like that music so much from Heaven's Ward. Of course, it happens when Estinian is on screen. Talk of how I saved the town travels fast, ha ha ha. That's not to discount the help of my friend here, of course. We gave those machines a real beating. I thought you'd come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? So you were indeed the one keeping the people safe. Yeah, he asked me a question. There's no need to interrupt. You can give thanks later. Think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But are the rumors true? Galul Jaja is slain? Yes. I'm afraid so. Zoralja used some dirty trick to get the better of him. Well, that's a very succinct way of putting it. It's more like Galul Jaja killed Zeralja, then he somehow revived from death, and then slew him, and enraged and slew him. We still don't know how that works. We'll make him pay for what he's done, mark my words. He'll be the next solo trial. I got a feeling. They're gonna save that towards the end. You're going to help her, I assume? I see. With your contingent, you won't lack for strength, in which case I will remain in Shaloni and keep an eye on things. Why? And I want you with me, Estinian. That help is more than you. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact Kona. Kona, brother. Wait a second. You're the Vow of Resolve? Yep. I am, and you're Zeko, alright? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely. If more of those Hollow Men show up, I'll send them packing. It's curious that no one was talking about Zeko. They were all talking about Estinian, but then again, if they're used to gunmen keeping the peace, someone with a spear would be more interesting to talk about, more of a novelty. I'm the fastest gun in Shaloni, after all. Myrokos can attest to that. Yep. Glad to hear it. We will leave Shaloni in your capable hands. Let's get patrolling right away then. Stay safe out there and don't do anything reckless. No promises. Wasted words, eh? Just do what comes naturally. I wonder, is there a gear vendor somewhere around? There's gotta be. Right then, it's time we headed to the station and joined the others. Hello, they show up. Goodbye, I'm true. Oh, there's Blue Frost. Let me see if I can, independent merchant. Do you have gear? I could use caster gear. Yes, you do. Okay, this is gonna cost me a bit, but I really could use caster gear. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I really need to save my gal. Okay, so let's go to Summoner. What? I have recommended gear? How can that be? I guess the main stats, even though the item level's higher. Everything is lower because this is augmented. Oh well, I'm... That's unfortunate, but there. Okay, while we're here, might as well do the blue quest. Do that on the summoner. This is actually a valid concern. She could have been caught by one of the soldiers and killed. Okay, I'm in the area, but I'm not seeing... Ah, there she is. Just didn't go far enough. You mean some of the cerulean bombs? Or... Oh no, not another of the mimic gel thing. Oh dear. It's the mimic gel or whatever. Is it just me, or is that one they're bigger than the others? Or maybe it's just closer. I think they're all the same, but, you know, it's like some of them from the angle look like they could have been something a little bit more of a control ship as opposed to just another one in formation. And with that, I'm off. Yeah. Are you with me? Nope. Sorry, but, I gotta deal with the things in the sky. I almost wish those Cactuar or whatever, things, were like actual target dummies that you could practice, and it's nice for the immersion, but I kind of wish that it was... No, a Hetzoton is safe, but the animals are unsettled by recent events. The animals are unsettled by everything. It seems the people of Shaloni are safe. What a relief. It seems the soldiers only appeared in Shashnoezi Springs, but they've been after the ceruleum. But we don't know what fuel they were after. I heard from Uklamat that Estinian was here. With him to watch over them, the people of Shaloni will have naught to fear. The dome is absolutely massive. What manner of kingdom do you suppose he's claimed within its borders? Raha and I visited the settlements west of here. Thankfully, there was no damage or casualties to speak of. I literally just came from the settlement over there. Why did I not see you? Okay. Thanks to Hussein, there were no casualties to speak of in Shaloni. The Hitsara were safe as well. At the very least, there were no sightings of soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note? Nothing that they were able to tell me. It is composed of exceedingly high concentrations of lightning. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. Then how are we supposed to get inside? If Zeralja and his army merged from within, there ought to be an entrance. An entrance, you say? It so happens we might have an inkling where one is. Shenza! Yay! The trolley people. Always good to see them. These are the engineers of Shaktaral Railing, which operates the train between Shaloni and Yasulan. But will any of the other scions recognize them? That's the question. When we went to recover the train, we had ourselves a look at the dome through a telescope. It was then that we saw it, a large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. You're telling us part of it is inside and part of it is outside? That seemed to be the case. While we only observed from afar, the soldiers were coming and going from it. From that, I'd say it serves as a passage between the outside world and whatever's inside. But as you'd expect, the area was heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. Do you know what became of the passengers who went to Yasalani? Wukmat's nursemaid was among them, a woman named Namika. I do! I spoke with the person there at the railing company, who was still in the office there. The train came back with people on it, but Namika is trapped inside. What? I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who were headed back here are accounted. I can say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Yasalan. Nitawikwe. When that big tremor struck not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brakes and looked back. All I could see was the dome. What's more, the fortress sits right on the tracks of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? Assuming this fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, we should first determine how we are to reach it undetected. I don't care if we are detected, I say we smash our way inside. Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Zoralja what? Really? Okay, Zoralja wants me to prove that I'm father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Tuli Yola. By charging in head-on, I make my intentions plain as day, and in so doing, keep his eyes on me. A bold strategy. I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if you get cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through their defenses with a single decisive blow, and we have just that. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor, load her with all the fuel she'll carry, and send her hurtling at it to explode on impact. What? You want to blow up the train? Okay, Chief, have you gone insane? You were just saying how relieved you were that the train is in one piece, and you want to turn it into a bomb? The train's not important. Our dream was to have railroads running from coast to coast, remember? If these invaders have their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? Oh, I forgot I didn't switch over to Viper. It's a sacrifice we have to make. These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside that dome and put a stop to all this. The least we can do is help them. But Chief... Listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fall, we can always get back up. As long as we're alive, we can always build another train, so have faith and quit your complaining. But what if we fall really, really hard? There's no getting back up if we're dead. That's a valid concern, you know. No one's dying on this train. I'll see to it myself. Needless to say, this will be a one-way trip, and we'll need to jump off at the last moment if we don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You alright with that? I like her. There's no changing her mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. We'll keep your wife safe, I promise. We won't leave you with any sorrows to drown. Never fear. I like the nuanced one. Seeing as I've never had a drink in my life, I certainly hope not. It'd be a lie to say the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But with good friends and my loving wife beside me, that's all I really need in the end. Well, at least it'll go down as the legendary train that saved Tural. And that it will, but first we've got to work to do so she'll look the part. I'm really curious if there's any side dialogue by any of these people about the trolley people. I don't know much about Magitech, but if there's anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. Well, keep that in mind. If any of you are willing and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the storehouse. It seems that we have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me to return to Tuliyola and inform Kona of the situation. Yeah, but what else are you going to do to shore up Tuliyola's defenses? I shall return as well. I have new investigations to pursue. Well, she did say she was going after the gate. So that makes sense, I guess, but I really hate this. Yeah, they show up and they leave. They show up and they leave. That's already getting tiresome. Even my characters reacting like, where are you going? Don't leave me with Wukomot, please. The dome's elemental aspect is similar to that of the gate in the Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fight. It's one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. I don't want Ishtola to go. I need more Ishtola time. Well, at least I was able to, it wasn't ending, the quest wasn't ending on that cutscene. Well, we have our plan, now let's finish this train and blast our way into the dome. To use this train as an explosive is a brazen plan. We'll have but one attempt, so we had best make it count. The ships seem content to remain waiting in the skies, so let us take this opportunity to do what we can and prepare. I hope Namika is safe, me too. Even only just having met them, I can see how important the train is to Walika and the engineers. But no dialogue about recognizing them. They didn't say the parallels. I'm so heartbroken. I'm so disappointed in the three of you. You didn't recognize the trolley people. Missed opportunity for side dialogue. We can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. If you say so. To count. Yeah, no. We'll make this plan work. See if we don't. Putting plans into locomotion. Danpon, your plan is set, but Grahate is not without reservations. While I have no objection to the plan itself, I have one concern. How can we be certain Zeralja will not strike to the Yolal in retaliation? I considered the possibility, but when my brother told me to come and prove myself, he meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Tuliyola, and it'll give him no satisfaction to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, he'll be waiting inside the dome, waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. Indeed, if anything, we're more likely to put Tuliyola in danger by not taking the fight to him. So we indulge Zeralja, at least until Tuliyola has shored up its defenses. Right, we'll charge in from the front and keep his eyes on us. During which time, Kana will find a way to fortify Tuliyola. If you believe this is the best course, then we shall trust in your judgment. I expect there will be no small amount of enemy resistance, but we will do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. Well, time is of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for the train. Okay. Everyone started work on the train. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Oh, we can talk to people. I will talk to people first. Grahatia. Thoughts? Where to begin? Where are the others? Where are they? So far, I've only found Graha. Oh, there's Aaronville. Zeraldra's forces remain quiet for now. If there's any movement, I'll alert everyone immediately. Ah, there's Cryo and Alize. Shinza has given me a list of materials. We'll see to it they have everything they need. It's a shame Sid and his engineers aren't here to help. If they were here, I'd expect they'd turn it into a flying train. I'm sure they would, and then we'd all want that as a mount. Okay. Looks like work is getting underway. We'll finish in no time at all. So what can we do to help? No need to hold back. As I understand it, the two of you met your fair share of craftsmen during the Rite of Succession. Would you happen to know a few who'd be willing to come and help us complete modifications to the train? Of course. What sort of craftsmen did you have in mind? Let's see now. Perhaps my greatest concern is keeping the train safe from enemy attacks. With you all aboard to fend them off, it'd be over in an instant if they even with you all aboard to fend them off, it'd be over in an instant if they managed to get one good hit on the cerulean tanks. According to eyewitnesses, the soldiers use lightning-based weapons, so I have a mind to install grounding rods. Would you happen to know a carpenter who could handle that? Carpenter, we could ask Wukevu. We could ask a fellow with a fetish for formalities. Wukevu. A master carpenter from Okano, eh? If they'd be willing, we'd be glad to have them. No objections from me, just be sure not to forget their traditional greed. But we'll need more than just a carpenter if we want this done in a timely fashion. We've got a lot of equipment that needs moving. Heavy equipment. I don't suppose you know anyone up to the task. Heavy equipment, he said. Perhaps Constantine can help. Perhaps Zermer work. Constantine's good with goldsmithing. Not heavy. Zermer would be perfect. We'd be hard-pressed to find folks stronger than the Yokwi, and I'm sure he'd be willing to help. You're friends with the Yokwi? I'll be damned. Will not want for strength with help like that. Next, I'd like to outfit the train with some powerful weaponry of its own. Like as not, the soldiers will be riding their flying vessels. We'll need countermeasures to deal with them. That's true. I, for one, can't use magic, nor am I handy with a firearm like my brother. Any ideas for ranged weapons we can use? Constantine? Let's see. Let's borrow guns from Kona. For everyone, let's install ballistas on the train. Big ones. She said she's no good with a gun. I may be good with a gun as a machinist, but it's not leveled yet. Something everyone can use. Ballistas. Ballistas, eh? Well, they'd be powerful. It seems to me it'd take too long to reload between shots. If there was some sort of ballista that could reload quickly, then that might work, but weapons aren't exactly my field of expertise. Oh! Rahatia! Oh my god! Oh! That's a the cannons from the first. The crystal... I wish we could have seen those fire and Shadowbringers now that I think about it, but that actually... Yeah, the crystal cannons. Oh, yeah. Perhaps I can be of assistance. But I love that Galante went, ooh, look over here. Small detail, but go look at it. The Crystarium employed etheric cannons for its defense. A shame we never saw any of them fire, but it's nice that they have it, and we did see them. And I see no reason why the design cannot be adopted for your train. While I did not conceive them myself, I know their design. It should be possible to build them here, provided we have the requisite materials and skilled smiths. Or I could just, pop over to the first, say, hey, we need the plans for the etheric cannons. Like, we have a situation on the source where we need to build an etheric cannon. And we need help, but we already did that in Walker. That would be kind of leaning on a narrative crutch. But it would be nice to check in. Should be possible to, provided we have the requisite materials and skilled smiths. Now that sounds like something Constantine can help with. What are the materials needed? Barrel cannon should be fashioned from any metal so long as it's highly conductive to ether. To power the cannon will require fire aspected crystals of the highest purity. Fire crystals, eh? Might be as the miners over at the springs can help with that. And if I could leave the crystals and smiths in everyone's hands, I shall get started drawing up the schematics. Right then, I'll secure us the smiths. So this is doing the train thing. This is going to be our equivalent of bring everyone together to build the Talos. Oh god, another member buried. That just made me depressed a moment. Blowing up a train sounds nice, but this is just reminding me of that good Shadowbringers moment. Another of the remember this. that kind of lowers this moment in my eyes. In the meantime, could you deal with the materials? Shenza is in charge of our supplies, so it might be a good idea to talk to him about it first. Well, I think we're set for a plan. Thanks for the consultation. Now let's get this train dressed up and give her the proper farewell she deserves. You know, since we do custom deliveries, or custom deliveries are released in patch content, and I've got Shadowbringers on my mind. One of the things that reminded me of was let me pull it up. Timers, the High Shear. Yeah, the High Shear custom delivery, and he's got fishing as a bonus. Let's see, do any of the other? That's gathering. Current is crafting. And Minago has crafting. Immediate is bonus for both gathering and fishing. Interesting. Huh. When I do this, I may do Kurina and Minago, since I want to work on crafting. Just sorry for the tangent here. Yeah, my crafters are all over the place. But yeah, I want to work on leatherworking. I want to get leatherworking. And having crafting this week, that's ones to do, that'll help. Hey, the plan's coming together. To make good speed, I'm going to try and enlist some more help from among our friends back in Yok Paral. We already discussed that. I'll leave the materials in your care. I think I saw Shinza over to the southeast. There's Grahatia. Right, time to put my knowledge gained in the first to use. Any new dialogue from you two? No. And no. Dang it. Let's see, you said time to put his knowledge to you. Yep. Did the music just glitch there? That should be enough lumber for the armor. What else do we need? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you? Etheric cannons. Interesting. I have an idea where we can get the conductive material, so I'll take care of it. I'm not sure about the fire crystals, though. Might be best if you spoke directly with the miner. Can you leave that to you? Why is some of this dialogue repetitive? Like, we literally just talked about it. Great. You're friends with Yate, are you? Yes. One of the best miners around. If anyone can get you the crystals you're after, it's her. Yeah. Let's go and talk to her. Oh, Myrokos, what brings you around these parts? The purest fire crystals, you say? I think I heard tell about them before, but what's that? But what was that about? Ah, and here we get our ether current. And with that, let me just check. Yeah, this will get unlocked flying and shuttle. A hot commodity, a way to obtain fire crystals, is on the tip of Ayate's tongue. Now I remember Cerule Analyze. You can find them to the south of town. They actually ingest fire crystals and keep them in their gut, if you can believe it. If you want the purest crystals, though, you'll have to go after the oldest and toughest Analyze. Nothing you can't handle, right? I'll show you where you can find some to hunt. Looking forward to seeing why Aaronville thinks so highly of you. Given the fact that some of the regular cacti here look identical to Nepali tender, I could understand how... let's see, there's quite a lot of fiery wildlife in these parts. Well, I think it's due to the... we think it's due to the ceruleum, but no one can say for sure. Still, it's not often that you see a bigger... see the bigger dominating sort, and that's what you need. What you'll have to do is hunt down a few of their kind, establish yourself as a threat that's known to draw out the leader. Okay. That's the spirit. While you're on the hunt, I'll keep watch nearby to make sure no hapless travelers come stumbling in. So the years are starting to show up. If you kill a few of the common ones, it's only a matter of when. Now over here. You see no signs of your prey, perhaps you have better luck in the south. Well, she did say south, but is still technically south of town-ish. Amazing, you dealt with the beasts in no time at all. You need the fire crystals delivered to Shenza. I'll see that he gets it. Fire crystal of the highest purity taken from the belly of a beast. Kind of a bad pun reference to the music for In the Belly of the Beast, which played with the Talos, but okay. Just given the context of what we're doing. These fire crystals are for the train, aren't they? I heard about your plans to enter the dome. I want to thank you for going to such lengths to stop these invaders. And though he'd grumble if he knew I was asking this, please take care of Elenishbia. Anyway, I'd be on my way, and you as well. In case you're going to meet her, I saw Wuklamot heading for the station. So if this dome thing wasn't so pressing, I probably would just be hanging out at the Moonfire Fair. I even have half a mind to go back there. But no dialogue from the other NPCs about the trolley people. Taking care of the crystals, have you? Things proceed apace here too. Shinzo told me you got the crystals for him. Good work. I've just returned from looking for extra help. We'll see in a moment who answers the call. All will be in readiness for them when they arrive. Damn it, I'm idle for a moment and all I can think about is my home. That's perfectly normal. Keep your chin up, Aaronville. We'll be on our way soon. We'll find your mother. It'll be good to see her after all these years. There's so much I'd like to ask her about her time together with Papa. Oh, she'll talk your ears off. Once my mother starts, there's no stopping her. I wouldn't want it any other way. Right, let's return to helping where we can. The real work begins when the extra hands arrive. The next day. Don't tell me they're playing the music from the Ascension ceremony. They are. Thanks for making the trek here. To be honest, I wasn't expecting so many of you. Since the attack on Tuliolo, I had been wondering if there was aught I could do to help. So when I heard about the upcoming operation from Valkona, I leapt at the chance to do my part. Peace will be restored, and then we can all enjoy a nice cup of Mezcal. This is our home, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep it safe. While I assist with the efforts here, High Luminary Gerferler does the same at the capital. Zermawar. And Gerferler's in the capital as well. That's good. I'm truly grateful. With all of us working together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. This is just reminding me of the Endwalker Beast Tribe coming into the room, or the Gathering Firewood and all of our friends come together. But that was more of a payoff for the entirety of the game up to that point. This is a little rushed and a little cheesy. Even if it makes sense. If you hadn't played all the way through Endwalker, and we're just doing this from the start, this might make more sense on its own, but having done Endwalker, this, and narratively, Zoralja, no matter who else is in his kingdom, is essentially choosing to fight us with an army of robots. So strategically speaking, at this point, it is just him that we have to defeat. After that, so far as we know, the threat from him is neutralized. We hope. We think. We hope. Whereas this, narratively, it's feeling like there's literally the power of friendship, and this is so much... Wickelmot's way is so much better, and yeah, it's always good to have friends you can lean on. But I feel like we've already been through that with Endwalker, so how is this contributing to... How is it contributing to the overall game experience as a whole? Speaking as somebody who's played through Endwalker. Again, this is just making me think back to how good Endwalker was compared to this. Let's get to it, my friends. Oh dear. We're gonna have a montage scene. It's gonna be a montage of the train getting built. Isn't it? Yes, let's get to it. There it is. I would speak over this, but I kind of feel like I already got what I wanted to say out of the way. I mean, it's a good chill moment, but... Alright, everyone, that'll do it. Really? It's done? You've done your part, leave it to us to finish mounting the armor and cannons, and you'll have yourselves a hard-earned rest. And you have your and have yourselves a hard-earned rest. Let's see, can we do a who's who? We have various Potsworn, perhaps. Some stuff here. Yeah, there's Zekoa. Perhaps some other people here from Shaloni. That's Iyate. Blue-haired and all. Yep. The Kryles over here. I imagine with some of the Hanu are the ones that we met. I can't say I can pick them out. Zomawar is one of these two, probably less one if I had to guess, since we can see their face. I imagine the Gobbies that we met are similar. some of them are the ones, maybe the two that we actually interacted with that were named, or three. Well, there were three, including the Ether Current quest. Myrokos Grahatia. It's such a shame that none of the Scions recognized. Thank you all again for answering the call. No need for thanks now. Whenever you need help, just give us a holler. Indeed, we must all do our part when our nation is in peril. You're here. We love Torah and we love you, Val Wukamat. Yep, this is literally power friendship. Look, she's a people person, which we've been had hammered into us from the start. And this way is better. And I saw that coming a mile away. I wish it could land better as a more earned moment, but the thing is it was telegraphed. And that's the problem I have with this segment. I love you all too. Your kindness and goodwill will not be in vain. This I promise. Thanks again for all your help. We wouldn't have been able to finish so quickly without you. Go and rest up, friend. Won't be long before the train's ready. And now we're in 97. Uh-oh. I'm still 96. I'm not gonna be able to do the dungeon. Dang it. Well, I could run off and do a couple of the delivery things for the Ark of Sadara. Those give a good million or so. Let me... Yeah, let me do that. Because maybe I should have done the Ether Current quest on Viper. I don't know. But yeah, let's go to Yedlamad. Let's use a tech hit because I don't want to spend more gil than I already have. I may have to do all three. Now that I think about it, but over the docks. I'm just doing this for let me see if I can get away with these two. And then if I have to do the third one, so be it. Easy. So I think while I was leveling tribes on that, sorry, not tribes, leveling jobs when that was kind of that actually had a little bit of difficulty, but then again, I am 96. So I technically would make that look easy now. This also gets me a little more gil. Probably shouldn't have spent that gil on, well, what basically would be clam, but yeah, it works. There we go. I can come back and do this on do this last one on another job. Okay, yeah, Jacques Barral. Just over the cusp, and I can safely do all aboard. Despite his fatigue, there is an undeniable air of satisfaction about Walika. From here on, we won't stop working till the train's ready. If you have any preparations, now would be a good time to see to them. The boarding call will come before you know it. Okay, so one last call to take care of anything else like completing leveling, etc. It's 4 o'clock now, local time. I'm ready. Let's see, do I need to repair? No, I do not need to repair. I kind of wish I had gotten the iron stuff. Maybe that would have been at the end of some of the quests. I don't know. Is there any dialogue? before we wait. Let's look around. Any speech bubble, dialogue, etc. I do like the fact that it changed. Right, is that you can see the additions made. But I'm not seeing anyone. That is most unfortunate. Okay, let's get going. It's coming up on 3 hours. Normally that's my cutoff point. But oh well.
Right, we're just about done with the modifications, but I have to stress that we cannot afford a test run.
It's fine. We understand and accept the risks. We have faith in you and your craft. I'm sure everything will go to plan. With all the hard work everyone's put in, it couldn't be otherwise.
It won't go to plan. It won't. Something's gonna go wrong. Also, with the train track being ostensibly out in the open,
At last.
like they're gonna see the train coming.
Behold, the pinnacle of locomotive engineering, the Dawn Blazer.
Amazing!
Yep, she's been fitted with wooden armor and a crystal grounding rod to mitigate the effects of lightning. Naturally, we had to overhaul the engine so it could handle the extra weight.
I also had her outfitted with etheric cannons, the better to contend with enemy forces. And as they're modeled upon those used at the Crystarium, I can attest to their potency.
So, what do you reckon? Given the tight turnaround, I'd say we did a damn good job.
It's the toughest locomotive I've ever seen. Let them try to stop us in this. It's a shame we have to blow her up.
Glad she's to your liking. I hate to let go of such a beautiful piece of machinery, but I know you'll give her a proper send-off for us.
At the risk of spoiling the mood, we should probably get moving.
Yep, you won't get far if you let them pummel you from the air, but you'll be safe enough once you reach the tunnel.
In that case, I will conceal the train with a spell once everyone is on board. It should last long enough for us to reach the tunnel unnoticed.
Right. So everyone, are we ready?
We've done all we can. Rest is up to you.
I won't let you down. All aboard!
Vanish.
That's what, the second time now he's used that spell since Shadowbringers? We lost our vanish spell.
At this speed, we should arrive at the dome in no time at all.
But not before we're spotted, I expect. Stay alert!
Why couldn't the vanish spell be kept up until we were there?
Here we go. Stand fast, everyone.
Oh no, they're not gonna let Graha die.
That was too close. Still alive, Erinville?
Mostly.
At last, the enemy stronghold. We should hurry before they can regroup.
Let's go and find out what's inside.
The rest is up to you now. I can make my own way back, so don't worry about me. Take care and good luck. I'll remain out of sight until the fighting is over, at the risk of repeating myself. Try not to do anything reckless. The idea of venturing into enemy territory is daunting, but I believe I'm ready, or as ready as I'll ever be. There's no way Zeralja will be able to ignore our explosive entrance. Just a little further and we'll be inside the dome. We couldn't have made it this far without the train. Let us see to it we go the rest of the way. So he's our Omni person. He can do everything. I'm DPS. I was saying Kryl or DPS, and Ruklamat would be the tank. You know what? Having done that cutscene, probably shouldn't have done the cutscene just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it here, and the next part we will pick up with the dungeon. What do you say about that? If you liked what you saw at any point, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells. And let me know what you liked or didn't like. And with that, I shall see you anon, friends.